Alright ladies, today let's talk about 4 phrases that only a man who's in love with you will say to you. And stay focused because we're going to go deeper and deeper into male attachment through these 4 phrases. Let's start with the first one. So the first phrase is, I thought of you when I saw this person, when I went to this cafe, when I traveled to this place in this city. I thought of you. That's the first sign a man is starting to fall in love with you. Let me explain you why. When you start falling in love with somebody, it's a little bit like when you're a child and you have a newfound passion for something. You have discovered a new hobby, and you keep on talking about it. You keep on thinking about it. It's constantly on your mind. That's actually one of the reasons why you get good at it. It's because your memory on the background is making associations. And so everything that you see is going to remind you of this newfound hobby, newfound passion. And so that's precisely what's happening in a male brain who's falling in love with you. He starts to associate you with things he sees on his daily life because you are constantly on his mind. You know, that's what we call in psychology, it's called the default mode network. It's when you're not thinking about anything else. Your mind is just wandering, and where your mind goes during this phase tells me a lot about what is important for you, what you are obsessed with. So he will go in a cafe, he will think of you because he'll think, oh, I can bring her to this cafe with me. He will go in a restaurant with a friend, with a colleague, he will think of you because he will believe that he can bring you to this restaurant. He will walk in a beautiful area like this, where I am right now, but also noisy. He will think of you. He will think, I could take this woman to Paris. I could show her this beautiful place. Everything is being associated with you, and that's great because you are his new obsession. Okay, second phrase, your opinion matters to me. He would not necessarily phrase it like this, but it's the point that matters. Your opinion matters to him. This is definitely another step in male falling in love. This is a little bit further than what we talked earlier. This is the moment where a man starts envisioning a future with you. And he's getting used to not taking decisions alone, but to include you in his decision-making process. That's a great indicator that you're not yet in the commitment phase, which is the last and final phase where a man deeply commits to you and he knows he wants to have a future with you. But this is the phase slightly before, what I call the integration phase. We're a little bit before that. You know, he's trying to make he's starting to test you, to test whether you guys are compatible. He's learning about you, about your opinions, do they fit together? And he's definitely asking for your opinion because your opinion matters, not only because he sees a future with you, but also because he wants to impress you. He wants your love, your admiration. And so when he takes a decision, it's not only about himself now. He doesn't feel like he's single anymore. He wants to have your admiration, which is great sign because a guy who's falling in love not only seeks sex from you, he starts seeking something else, and this something else is admiration. Your admiration is vital to him. You know, when a guy is single, he will try to get, you know, female admiration. He will go to it will be his fuel for motivation. He will go to the gym in order to please women's eyes. He will go make more money in order to get more attracted to women in general. But when he starts falling in love, all this fuel, all this energy gets channeled to one person. For one person only, it's you. So he doesn't need any more validation from other women. He just needs your validation, your admiration. And that's a great sign, ladies. So the third phrase is, you make me a better man, or at least he implies that you make him a better man. You know, when you fall in love with somebody, you don't just fall in love with the person, you fall in love with the person you are becoming thanks to him, thanks to this person. And guys, they do this, you do this. You know, when you say, I love how he made me feel feminine in his presence. Well, guys, they say the same. You know, when we talk about you guys, between us, between males, we usually say this. We like how some women make us feel masculine. We like this way. We like how your feminine energy makes us feel more masculine. So if you know how to do this through your feminine charm, probably, maybe you know how to make him your hero. You know how to trigger some deep masculine protection instinct. You know how to do this. Well, he will get addicted to this, and he will love the masculine man he becomes through your presence, and he will become addicted not only to you but to this new person he's becoming. That's a great sign, ladies, and you should keep on doing what you do. Also, it means that your presence motivates him. It means that you are not crushing his dopamine and his testosterone. Not only you're not doing this, but you are fueling it, you're increasing it. And guys love to feel this sense of energy, of motivation, of wanting to grow and to get better and better to impress their lady. So if you give him this fuel, this motivation, it's a great sign. Okay, now let's go for the final and most important phrase, I believe, when a guy is falling in love with you. And tell us in the comments below if you've heard this. The last phrase is, I'm here for you. That shows a great deal of love and especially a willingness to commit. Let me tell you why. Guys have a deep and irrational fear of being friend-zoned. This is the most prevalent fear in guys, and I don't care what age they are, I don't care what generation. Guys always have this fear of being friend-zoned by a woman, of being desexualized in the eyes of the woman they like. Why am I telling you this? Because when guys try not to be friend-zoned, there's one advice they give each other is don't be too available. Try not to be too available. If you are too available, she will believe you are a friend, she will desexualize you, and she will not see you as a lover anymore. She will just see you as a commodity, right? So if a guy who definitely knows about these friend zone fears, he definitely has this. So if a guy implies to you that he's here for you, that he wants to be here for you and wants to be available for you, it means that his willingness to commit to you is higher than his fears of being friend zone, of being desexualized to your eyes. So it's a great sign. It's definitely a great sign. It's a sign of commitment, and the only thing now is to check if what he says is congruent with what he does. So we'll talk about this later on this YouTube channel. My name is Leo, I'm a psychologist here in France, in Paris, and I will produce many videos for you guys so that you can understand male psychology better. So stay tuned, see you soon.